expose themselves over the cliffs just to get cap pressure back on WN71.
Majority of the Syndicate OP placement is southeast on that ridge in H6. So yeah, they don't have any north control, and you know the south is just holding on. But again, they can't.
They do have the tank and H4, but I mean, looks like 116 is starting to push out from West Vierville too. They have not forgotten about that north flank, and they're pushing that front line forward. And now they've got flares up over WN71. They see where the infantry is, and I think they're going to take it real soon here. This might be a 4-1 game. We're seeing some action actually just outside the strong point here. Chosen and his squad just holding off in that last building outside of the trench system. Already landing around this area too. This is a real tough zone to try to take.
Syndicate has some nice crossfire from their tanks, though. I will say the H3 Heavy has got a nice presence. It's got lines basically covering the front door on WN71. Do 1/16th have anything to offer them in the 3, or is this tank just going to sit and continue to shell where a majority of the 1/16th inf are trying to come in?
Yeah, we've got an F3 Heavy sitting right in the middle of that orchard, I think, outside West Vierville. So yeah, there is heavy tank resistance. Get up north. 116 just holding them off, and they have another heavy tank now in the F5. He's been there for quite a while, sitting next to his repair station, keeping that sight line down. Basically, there's a road that leads through the middle between WN71 and West Vierville, and he's just holding that sight line. So yeah, I mean, we're just seeing that pressure hold up, and artillery starting to join the infantry at the WN71 sector. Both artillery guns, I think, are landing in the same zone here, right in the middle in front of WN71, and that's where the fight really is going to be here for infantry. I think if whoever gets control of this building is going to be able to push either in or out of that strong point. And that cap progress again. I mean, 116 has been keeping the pressure on that 4th point for the past 20 minutes now.
You're right. So Syndicate's been really fighting for the last, I want to say, close to 30 plus minutes, holding off the dogs on WN71. Can they continue to hold? Not sure, but I tell you what, as long as the tanks in the north continue, and we've got Robo to the north as well, holding lanes. I don't know. I mean, can Syndicate come back? Possibly, but you know, they for the first time, Pepper, I'm going to say it looks like Syndicate is sort of settled now. That when you look at the positioning of the players on the map where the tanks are, at least it doesn't look so dire. It looked really dire, literally about, like you said, 10 minutes ago. We were thinking like, holy shit, this might be over, but Syndicate's still here.
Syndicate's holding on. I think 116, they have an arty gun that's kind of trained in this section, but it's overshooting just a little bit. It is hitting a spot that may typically be a spawn point, but it is missing the last OP that's really holding off the 116 foothold here, which is...
I don't know if you're seeing this, but if you zoom into H6, right behind the... It's like the feeder where Smilk is, and Man USA.
Yep, that's
they
where
are
I'm
just
looking right now.
shelling the hell out of that area, and that is 116's launch point front door style, and they know the importance of it
everywhere.
Because without that spot right there, they are forcing 116th into open field spawns. Like you just saw a spawn go in with Limit and Kale and them guys. That's where you want to force 116th into spawning. And now you've got
right
Bad
on
up
the edge of H5, H6, right? Yeah, we're seeing Smilk, Dabs, Jones. I mean, I've been watching this for a while here, and I think that the 116 artillery is overshooting past where the OP, where Chosen's OP is. And, I mean, Chosen's squad has now pushed the 116 infantry out of that zone, along with those RD guns from Syndicate really cleaning that up. So that right there was where most of that cap progress is coming, and Syndicate has done a great job at pushing them back to the road at mid. And the front line, I mean, we've got no OPs for 116 in the 6 and 7 anymore. There's one OP that just went up, another OP that just now got placed in G6 from McFolks. But yeah, Syndicate doing a great job at recapping here. Looks like West Vierville has quite a few infantry for 116 on it, as well as their tanks. And I think that Syndicate put the pressure on.
They forced
on the front line up here.
They forced 116 to redeploy back on, because I'm not sure what they got working in terms of. You said there's no OPs. I'm imagining there's no garrison in the 3 or the 4.
There is one garrison. There is one garrison in the 6 in F6.
Pull up your map so we can get a quick view of the dual side, so we can get a...
Yeah, it looks like the 116 garrison network is pretty solid. They just lost a garrison in F6 at the south edge here, so I think that Syndicate is starting to get that south flank regained. We still see 3 heavy tanks, one in F5, and that would be Sangir's tank. One in E5, which is George's tank, and then one at the very north side of the map here, which is Garon Y's tank. Defending West Vierville. So front line's looking pretty good. Garrison network looks pretty good. They're kind of being contained to the top 6 squares, so the West Vierville soft cap and the 2 squares below it. And only 1 garrison remains in that D column. So if they wipe West Vierville, they're going to have the need for squad leaders to fall back, put garrisons in the D4, the C4, and the C5. And the D6 or the C6. So yeah, they've really committed to that mid sector. It looks like 116 still has really good control over that mid sector. It's gonna be tough and a long road for Syndicate to push it back, but what I'm seeing is there's a lot of infantry, a lot of squad leaders up in that G3, G4 for 116, defending that heavy tank and trying to push that front line back. And they've lost their foothold in the WN71. I'm not going to see cap progress in the WN71 again for a little while. Looks like Syndicate is going to hold on and keep this game a 3-2 for the next little while.
You know what? I wouldn't say this much.
The tanks up, but we got 20 minutes left.
Yeah.
You know, 20 minutes.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. Syndicate, you know, looked like they were about to get blown out. I mean, at the halfway mark, I wasn't sure if we would be even talking right now about the game. They're holding 3-2. I think it would be respectable, you know, irregardless of the outcome, if they can fight, you know, hold on, because they almost lost that 4th point. We're able to push 116th back, force them to reset, and, you know, it's respectable to even lose to such a good team 116. There's no moral victories, but I'll tell you what, showed a lot of grit, and we'll see what happens. I mean, we got 18 minutes remaining technically in the match. I don't even think Syndicate has enough to actually form up a counter. I mean, they're just so pushed out of the 3-4-5. They're having to start their attack, and it's not even much of an attack from the 6. It's just basically this. They're in the 6 looking north to help control the sector, because right now everybody from 116th owns the 4 and 5. Yeah, the 116 has definitely been pushed back into the village. Like, I think Syndicate's done a great job at counterattacking. I think almost leaving WN71 just kind of woke everybody up. And they've managed to push their way back into the village. The fight's back on that line that separates the mid and the 4th point. But 116 just clustering the whole team up in this village. So with 20 minutes left in the game, flares going up for Syndicate. Yeah, we're going to see them hold on right to the end here. I don't think this is going to be a 5-0 by any means. It might not even be a 4-1. I think this is going to end up as a 3-2. And what I'd really like to see from Syndicate is a airhead or some kind of huge play where airhead bombing drop combo goes down over West Vierville, and they really put the pressure on at West Vierville. But they're going to have to clear out this front line, clear out these buildings, and stop 116 from being able to do their push on the front line here. Something
I just saw
blew
the
up.
yeah, that was the airstrike came down and killed a Tiger tank Yeah, Tiger tank for 116 just went down in G6.
Yep.
So that's right in the center of their push. That's where all the infantry is set up. They saw that with the flare, and they sent that airstrike right away. Another flare going up again, and they're gonna keep trying to clean up this infantry. If they can clean that up, they're gonna be able to put more pressure on West Vierville and maybe make a comeback here. But 116 still holding that low ground between WN71 and West Vierville. So it really is up to the squads up in the north here and their Jumbo 76s, which are holding this north flank, to get this push going on West Vierville. And I think the commander may be able to pull some magic with a bombing run airhead combo.
Something else
as we approach the final hour here. Yep, looks like maybe a repair station went down.
Yeah.
It was a truck. I think a transport truck timed out and just blew itself up there in the south.
Team 17, listen up. Can we get different explosions? Yeah, everything looks the same. It's identical, whether it be a repair station, whether it be a transport truck. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, not a lot of different animations for different things blowing up that would definitely
that would help. That would help.
Just being able to identify at a distance what just got killed. But ooh, another satchel I think just went off down here at the midpoint. Yeah, I mean, holy smokes, Syndicate really showing great defense here, bringing the fight back to 116. This south sector here, I mean, they're keeping the flares up. Flint is just doing work with that flare gun, helping them clear out these buildings. Almost all of these buildings are occupiable as well. So when you're trying to clear this section out, it's really important that you don't miss a single room, because if a squad leader's in there and he's able to get an OP down, you could end up leaving the whole front line wide open by moving past him. So yeah, really good to see Syndicate hanging on by a thread, and they've managed to kind of get their zone back under control, push the front line back out.
116's changing tactics, Pep. I'm seeing that they're coming across the 4. Remember they were pushing the 6?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I guess they were
the 6, and now they're trying to get the zone split again like they started before. And I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 OPs along that 4 line in that red road that splits WN71 and West Vierville.
And I think that was a lot to do with the tank positioning in the H3 earlier. I think 116th was just saying, hey guys, we got to switch it up. We're not getting any further in. That's just the kill zone. And now that they switched up, who knows? Maybe that opens the door for Syndicate to go west.
We've got a Pack 40 being manned by Fred here, and he's going to try to take out that Jumbo 76, or at least hold that north sight line all the way to the beach there. Pretty sure you still have a Jumbo 76 somewhere up there on the north side, but he's got to hide behind these bushes and stay near his repair station. He can't help them push through that north flank anymore, and that AT gun position is huge for the defense on 116. So yeah, let's see if they can pull something out. We're at 15 minutes left now, so only enough time for one airhead, and they're not going to get a second airhead in before the time runs out to cap that midpoint. So we're going to want to see the commander for Syndicate do something to really change the momentum of this game. I think it's really up to him. It's going to be really tough on the infantry on defense in the South Village in the G6 area. Still having trouble. Flint just putting flares up on cooldown, trying to get that area cleared out. But
got a YOLO looks in the 3, making a run at the heavy.
Yeah, we're seeing that.
And the repair station, trying to take out clap OPs.
Yeah, taking out. Oh, that loop's about to go down. There he goes. So that repair station's still up. The tank's still up. Definitely, he's got a mark on him now. So we might see another airstrike on it, but I think the airstrike that was recent, it's not gonna be done cooldown yet. And you actually have another Jumbo 76 who's in a little bit of trouble. He's down in the G3 as well, on the other corner from the first Jumbo. So,
Bob and Philly up top.
Yeah. Yeah, Bob and Philly, and that rocket from Fred just took him out. So you're down to one tank in the north again. Lord Jax and his crew finished repairing Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to see some crazy bombing run stuff go down. We're gonna have to see them kind of do an all-in call.
Where do they go from, Pep? I mean, do they have anything set up? Are they even able to set up?
I don't see anything. I mean, we've got heavy tanks. Daddy, a squad leader, way in the back.
Ammo
Set up a
garrison.
flank garrison for you guys. That's gonna be huge, but
It's
Tiger
locked.
just rolling up on it right now. He's getting locked by the Tiger tank. PZ is a crew member running back to the Tiger right now. And he's trying to... Oh, he got taken out. So yeah, that Tiger's the only thing locking that garrison down.
George Lee. Richie with the
squad leader
rocket.
from Syndicate, Daddy. Looks like Richie B is going to try to take out that Tiger, but the Tiger has destroyed the flank garrison that Daddy put down. Richie B might be able to take out
You need a satchel here.
this tank.
This is only gonna.
He's got rockets. There's one in the back, and he's going to be able to take this out because there's really
sure
no
now?
infantry support around this tank. No infantry support. There's the second rocket. Oh yeah, you're right. It doesn't
He's
need
not.
3 at this point, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
He
Frank
didn't
is
even-
down there though. Frank is down there.
Support.
He might be able to get a respawn off. He's going to
Support.
mark it.
He's trying to get that double.
Yeah,
Double
yeah,
drop.
he could get the rocket refill off the support, maybe. But Richie B, he's just chasing down that tank. He just wants to get one more rocket off. He just needs a refill or for Daddy to put down an OP, and he can respawn with one more rocket.
Where
and get
is
it off.
Daddy? Daddy is. Oh, he does have OP up.
He's just crawling through the field right now. So yeah, OP is there in the field. Richie B, I think, should just redeploy and try to race this tank. And he goes down to the tank crewman. Daddy just needs to defend that OP, and they can take out that heavy tank. He'll switch up there with them. Just the tank crew members holding that north side.
Yeah.
So that could be it. You know, like if you can get an airhead in the north side, there's no defense. Looks like 116 has 0 infantry. They have a garrison up in the E3 at the edge of the map, but if we can get a bombing run airhead on that garrison in the north side, and we can see Syndicate.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. Richie B, you know, those 2 rockets, not enough. I mean, you need that level 9 assault kit. You know what I mean? You need that satchel. Now that the tank is running and it's basically going to get away, I mean, it's a good try, but you needed that tank out. And now it's going to go back to the front line, get repped up, and it's going to be back in the fight, just brand new. So
yeah, and he's got his 2 crew members out right now, chasing him down with their torches, trying to repair him as he moves into the West Vierville strong point. But again, squad leader Daddy still has his OP up in that field, and they're just holding as long as they can. He's going to need to get a couple of guys to rotate support, get another garrison going once their cooldowns are ready to go. But 116 now surrounding that field, MG42s.
yeah, gigs up.
And the gigs
Surrounded.
up, yeah. So, but what I want to see now is a timed garrison bombing run on the north side. Take out that north garrison for 116, which is just on the edge of the map, and get their own spawn point in there. Looks like that Tiger tank is about to go down. He's revealed himself to the Jumbo 76 on the north side. He's backing up. He's burning. He's not in very good shape right now. One more hit will take him out. But yeah, I mean, a bombing run, airhead combo would really do the trick here. We are seeing a little bit of cap progress on WN71 again, but it is all soft cap. They're just in that village again in the G6.
Yeah.
We got a Stuka coming down, and I think it just took out the Jumbo 76 that was in a field. Was that a Jumbo? No, that was a Stuart. That definitely wasn't. I heard a Stuka. Don't know where it landed.
I think, you know, 116th is locked in, and I'll say any team that's worth its salt, weight in salt, is going to be able to, once you've boxed out West Vierville, you know, most teams, especially if we're playing on a even playing field in terms of skill set, most likely they're not going to be able to recap that. I mean, unless some things happen, like if they can gain a huge tank advantage, because Inf is just going to trade all day long, especially when you're boxed out and you've got MGs in the right positions. Like, I don't think Syndicate's even contested Vierville once they got wiped.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a miracle for them to retake mid. I think they're just going to have to hold off for a 3-2 loss. But, I mean, at this point, why not try everything? Why not throw the whole kitchen sink at it?
I think we're getting to that point. When does the call happen? I mean, you've got the tank in the 3 top.
I mean, with eight and a half minutes left, I think that when they get to the 5-minute mark, they have 2 minutes to do everything, right? So it's just a matter of just kind of timing it, seeing if you can find an opening where there's just enough push out and box out on WN71 that you can go for that cap race. But 116 is moving their infantry in through that G5 line now.
Yeah,
and so I think that, you know, it's going to be tough. Yeah, they're going to keep that pressure on, and we're going to need to see a really top tier airhead bombing run plus infantry and tanks holding off that WN71 push to see that cap progress start on West Vierville and then all in call. So we're going to need to see a coordinated effort from the squad leaders getting in on an airhead, getting their OPs down, and just cap racing them for Syndicate to take this back.
I would say
it's not impossible, but it's very improbable at this point.
You know, it's so unpredictable. You would normally think that the way in to 71 wouldn't be through the 3, and we're seeing 116th still have one squad leader, Schumbert, to the north, Nice to the north. They got 2 squad leaders, and it's surprising me that they got that many bodies holding the 3.
We just saw a Syndicate tank go down. Looks like it was just a light tank, but it got sniped from one of the tanks up here on the north side, up in West Vierville.
Sengiger,
Sierra. Cross map looked like Gironi's tank sniped him from the north side, and now he just turned his attention to the beach and took out another tank. And we've got a Stuka coming down. And oh, it hit the dead tank, but Super Stuper's tank and his Jumbo 75 just rolls right past that, just barely survives that Stuka strike. That was really close. But the marks are on the tank, G9R and Schumbert, showing their squad leader marks on that guy. And here we go, airhead push on West Vierville. Here it comes. We got the already smoke landing. It's no infantry. Marvin, your 116 commander is racing towards it, but we're getting already smoke popping at the north side of West Vierville. Airhead's coming down. We're going to see a bombing run maybe with it very soon.
From Syndicate?
But there's 3 tanks. Yeah, from Syndicate. Syndicate's moving in. I hear the bombing run landing. I don't see it on the map, but that would be your map that would show it.
Yeah, airhead is landing right now.
Airhead just landed. Bombing run moving through. Marvin survived the bombing run. Oh, nope, he got taken out. So there's the airhead.
Val's got it.
Val's gonna get it, yeah. Unless a strafing run comes in and the grenade takes it out. So that airhead is done. This is a sealed deal. I mean, I don't like calling it for the minute mark, but that was the only chance Syndicate had at getting a recap on mid. And at this point, 5 minutes left, there's no way the infantry is going to make this push. You know, I don't see any kind of movement from half tracks or any other type of method of getting that. No squad leaders in the back line, no way to do a sneaky spawn point and all into point. So this is a wrap for 116.
You know, a respectable game. I mean, I was saying earlier, 116th is arguably 1 or 2, and for Syndicate to hang in and play this well, I mean, they will get dropped. I'm just going to pull up the brackets real quick.
Syndicate just lost both their heavies in the north too at the same time. Both jumbos just went down in the H3. So yeah, there's no way. Oh, and another tank just goes down. Looks like a Tiger just went down to the last American tank here. Looks like the medium actually took him out. But at this point, it doesn't matter. Syndicate is done, and 116 takes the game.
Just counting time at this point. 2 minutes roughly.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and slow scroll the score screen here. I'm hearing a bombing run.
116 bombing run.
It is a airhead bombing run combo on WN71.
Yeah,
They might still pull out. They might pull out a 4-1 last minute here. So I'm gonna get my camera back in the game here. We might see a little bit of excitement yet.
Not
Already
likely.
smoke landing around that airhead.
Inf is around it. They're on the job. Shen, Giga, Robert on the back end. Boom Krusty.
Giga's not looking the right direction though. He is set up in the bunker nearby, but and Artie just takes him out. So I think this airhead got taken out. Looks like it did. So yeah, must have been a grenade or something went off and took out that airhead before it was able to get a wave off.
I think Syndicate's Inf is set up on the back end. Robert is finally in a good enough position to provide cover support. And he's locked in that area. Remember that area that we were looking at earlier? That kill zone?
That's right, yeah.
They're all back. Correct.
Yeah.
They've got eyes, crossfire on that. So I think it's going to hold. Syndicate.
Yeah, and I mean, they only have 31 seconds before. Okay, they do have cap progress in WN71. So they might do a 4-1 cap with just seconds remaining here. We'll see how it goes.
Well, I don't think the result is in question. It's just whether the score. And I'm thinking Syndicate's holding. It's most likely looking like a 3-2 win for 1/16th. That will put them in, a 2-0 in the winners bracket. We're down to 5 seconds. So.
Yeah, he's got to reinforce on West Fairville.
Yeah, he'll throw that up.
Either way. Yeah, there's no way. And here we go. It's 1:55 left, and that's not 5 seconds worth of cap progress. So I don't think this is going to be a 4-1. This is for sure a 3-2 for 1/16. It's in the bag. Yeah,
I'm going to pull up and do my my scores for the people interested at home to know how people played.
Yeah, if you want to split screen it, I got one up
Actually,
there.
I have both of them up as well.
Yeah.
So, KRT players help bolster Syndicate's roster.
Yeah, pretty clean game. We were thinking at the beginning maybe Syndicate is going to get 4-1 or 5-0 shutout from 1/16 being such a formidable, strong team from the EU. But, it was pretty respectable to hold a 3-2. They got the first cap on mid, and they did lose the midpoint. Yeah. They weren't able to regain that open field push onto the north point. I don't know why they would ban those other midpoints. Like having the open field on the east side of West Vierville is a huge disadvantage for allies. It's really, really tough to regain that point. I would,
Fair
if
enough.
I were,
point taken.
I would want Chapel. I would want the church as the midpoint because there's so many more approaches you can take into the sector. But yeah, once they lost that point, being able to hold on that 3-2 the rest of the game, even though the pressure was on the whole time, I think that's a pretty respectable fight, and we may still see Syndicate make it into the finals. If they're holding out this well against 1/16, considering how badly 1/16 had beat Esprit de Corps in their
beat Esprit 4-1, so, and we're about to finish up. Yep. Pep, we're going to try and transition. Hopefully, for those of you at home that didn't realize, usually I do a whole warm-up and then our starting soon scene and all this. Let's get our commander.
Yeah, we usually have the studio thing, but we've been having some problems, some technical difficulties with OBS freezing.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna try it. Look, if it freezes up, everybody, hey, I want to say thank you.
Maybe we don't. Maybe we just watch the score screen here, because I think if your OBS freezes because of the 30-minute delay, it'll cut the game off short for everybody.
No.
We don't want that, right?
No, it's fine. Yeah, it'll continue to go. I'm going to transition, but I'm not going to use the stream deck. I'm going to try and get the main, and let's cross fingers here and hope everything works out, Pep. And if it doesn't, hey, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you guys with the likes, the comments. Please subscribe, all that good stuff. Hit the notification bell anytime I go live. You'll get that alert. But here we go. Let's cross fingers and hope everything works. Here we go. All right, we're up temporarily. We're good. We're good. But it's only seconds before it all breaks.